Any doubt? Any doubt in the previous class? Ma, somebody unmute and talk with me. If you have any doubt, shall I move to the next topic? The starters. Yes. Nobody having no doubt. So the second one, the next half of the module is about starting and stopping of the motor. Stopping is nothing but braking. So now I'm going to talk about the starting of DC motor. How I'm going to start the DC motor as well as AC motor. Today I'm going talking about only DC motor. So why starter is necessary to start the motor? Before that, you have to know the voltage equation of the DC motor. What is the voltage equation? Somebody say, what is the voltage equation of DC motor? Somebody unmute and say, what is the voltage equation of DC motor?
மேம் போர்டு சரியா கிளியராவே தெரியல மேம். நீங்க பேசுறது பிரேக் ஆகி கேக்குது மேம்.
Yes.
V is equal to EB.
Yes.
V is equal to EB plus.
V is equal to EB plus.
Ma'am, now it is clear, ma'am.
IA into RA. Yes. Okay, sir. This is the voltage equation of DC motor. Yes. From this, I am going to say why I am moving to the starter and then what is the effect of starting current and all. So at the time of starting, what is the value of back EMF? At the time of starting, what is the value of back EMF? Already I told. Any guesses? Any guesses? What is the value of EB at the time of starting? Already I have taught in the previous class. Anyway, leave that. At the time of starting, my back EMF will be 0. So, while starting, there is no back EMF. Once it started, after that only the EMF will be getting generated. So, at the time of starting, my back EMF is 0. So, V is directly proportional to I into RA. So, I need a starting current, and I already told armature current, I used to say is a starting current because everything we have done in the armature part only, because in armature only the interaction of two fluxes will be occurring. So, so the starting will be occurring on the armature part only. If I am controlling my armature current, the starting current will be controlled. The armature current is nothing but starting current. So, my IA is nothing but V by RA. What is the value of voltage? What is the supply voltage? DC voltage. Normally, we have to give 220 or 230 for DC as well as AC. Here I am talking about the DC voltage, and then RA, every time we have to took the small amount of the value. So I have took the value around 0.4 amps for your understanding purpose. So what is the value of IA I am getting? 220 divided by 0.4. You can choose any type of value. You can choose 1 or 2 or anything. 1 or 2, anything you can choose the RA value. Here I have took the 0.4 value. What is the value of IA I am getting? Somebody message in chat box. Unmute and say.
Ma'am, somebody telling that the board is not clear. But for me, it is board is clear, ma'am. And your voice also correct. I can able to hear your voice correctly. Yeah, Karthik, check your network. But I can hear the voices correctly.
Check your network connection and then You can move from this place to another place, then you can see the board, and then as well as you can hear my voice. Others, all of you can able to see the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So what is the value of IA?
550.
Yes?
5
550. So is a thing that the normal supply current, the starting current, the rated current of the motor will be 20 amps. Normally, the rated current of shunt and series motor will be 20 amps. But what is the starting current? Is our vote is 550 amps. So in case I can choose my resistance will be around 1 or 2. That time too I have getting the value of 220 amps and then 110 amps. So compared to the rated current, my starting current will be about the 10 or 100 times or 10 times higher than the rated current. In order to avoid that, I have moving to the starter. So if I am passing the starting current without starter, what will happen? So the straight away I am connecting the supply towards the motor. I didn't give any in between motor and supply. I didn't give any connection. What will happen? Will the 550 amps will affect on the motor? We know that rated current is 20 amps, but I'm giving the starting current is 550 amps. What will happen to the motor?
Damage to the motor.
Yes, the sparking, the firing will occur between a commutator and brushes, and then due to the high current, there is a suppression of voltage will occur. It may damage the winding. So we know that the rated current is 20 amps. The winding will be based on the 20 amps connection, 20 amp value only. If I'm giving the about more than 20 amps, what will happen? My winding will be get damaged or sparking will occur with to the commutator and then brush. So in order to avoid that, I need to reduce my starting current. Have you all agreed that? Have you all agreed that what I'm saying? What is the value of starting current at the time of starting? Have you all understood this concept? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in order to avoid that, I am moving to the starter. So the starter, what will happen? If I am connecting the motor with the help of the starter, I can reduce the starting current. I can reduce my starting current with the help of the resistance. We know that I is equal to V by R. If I'm increasing the resistance value, what will happen? What will happen to my current? See and tell. See and tell. If I'm increasing the resistance value, what will happen to the current?
Decrease.
So,
Decrease, ma'am.
in order to avoid the starting current, I'm going to add resistance with respect to armature. Why I'm adding the resistance with respect to armature? Why I didn't add the resistance to the field? Why every time I'm talking about particularly the armature? Why I didn't talk about the field? Why? Why? Think and say. Have said the principle and then how it will be working. Relate that and then say. Why I'm connecting the additional resistance to the armature? Why I didn't connect the additional resistance with respect to field? Why? Any guesses? Say if it is wrong or right, no problem. Just try. Just try. Nobody? Let's just try, ma. I can help you. Yes?
ஓவர்லோட் வரக்கூடாது.
Not like that. Why? Did you understand what I'm asking? Did you understand what I'm asking? Have you all? Have you all? நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன் அப்படின்னா, ஸ்டார்டிங் கரண்ட் ஹையா இருக்கு, நான் அதை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், அடிஷ்னலா ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ண போறேன். ஏன் ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ண போறேன் அப்படின்னா, ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஆட் பண்ணாதான் கரண்ட் கம்மியாகும். பிகாஸ் we know that I is equal to V by R. நான் இந்த ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸை எங்க ஆட் பண்ண போறேன்னா ஆர்மச்சூர்ல ஆட் பண்ண போறேன். ஏன் நான் ஆர்மச்சூர்ல ஆட் பண்றேன், ஏன் நான் ஃபீல்ட்ல ஆட் பண்ணலன்னு கேக்குறேன். Why? Now can you understand what I'm asking at least?
மேம் ஃபீல்ட் வைண்டிங் வந்து ஸ்டேட்டார் மேம், அது வந்து அப்படியே தான் நிற்கும். ஆனால் ஆர்மச்சூர் வைண்டிங் வந்து ரொட்டேட் ஆகும் மேம். ஸோ அதனால நம்ம அதில் வந்து ஆட் பண்ணுறோம் வைண்டிங்கை.
It is not like that. We are getting the output with respect to armature because the field winding, the field flux will move to the armature, and then interaction of the two fluxes will be occurring into the armature part only, and then the output will be carried out from the armature only. So if I am controlling the starting current or armature current, what will happen? It will be affect on the output. Yes, we are getting the output via the armature only. Yes, that's why I am adding the additional resistance with respect to armature. Is it clear? Because there is the interaction flux will be occurred, there only the torque will be induced. Yes or no? So in order to that, I can control the another thing, we are getting the output from the armature winding only. So I'm controlling the armature current. So the armature current is nothing but starting current. So I'm going to add a additional resistance with respect to armature. So this setup is called starter. So starter is nothing but it acts as a protecting device. What will happen? I already said I'm talking about the 3-point starter, 2-point starter, and 4-point starter. Is nothing else. In starter, I have connected the more number of resistance to the armature. So what will happen? If I am starting the starter, what will happen? The resistance will be added towards the armature. So if I am adding the armature resistance to the armature, what will happen? My starting current will be reduced. So there is no fault will be occur. Is it clear? That's why I am moving to the starter topic. So without starter, I could not able to start the motor. You can start the motor, but the winding will be damaged, and then sparking will occur between a commutator and brushes. In order to avoid that, I am moving to the starter. Is it clear? Have you all got my point? It's nothing but necessity of starter. This topic is necessity of starter. Why? I'm moving to the starter, and then what is the need of starter? Please note it down. This topic is necessity of starter. If you understand this, then I can move to the type of DC starter. Have you all? Any doubt in it? Any doubt in it? Okay. Quickly copy the notes, and then I can move to the starters, the types of DC starters. If you copy means let me know, then only I can erase the board, and then I can draw the 3-point starter diagram. Have you all copied? Have you all copied? So Shall I erase the board? Yes. Okay. And then next one is type of DC starter. So in DC motor, you can use this type of starters. The first one is 3-point starter, and then 2-point, and then 4-point. What is 3-point starter? Three-point starter. We are seeing in the lab. What is 3-point? Any guesses? The lab session we have talked about the 3 points. Any guess? Any guess? Anybody? LFA. We all forget. LFA, line field armature. I think I have talked about the LFA and then LA point during the lab session. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So 3-point starter I can use for the DC shunt motor. Why DC shunt motor means the diagram it will be, this is my DC shunt motor. I can connect the 3-point starter with respect to LFA. I can connect the line and then with the help of the 3-point, F is connected to the field winding and the A is connected to the armature. But the 2-point starter I can use for the DC series motor because the field winding and then armature winding is connected in series. So I need 1 point to connect the motor. So I can connect the point with respect to A and then line. So the line is nothing but supply and then another point. Starter A is connected with respect to the motor because the 2 winding is connected in series. So I can connect the A point or any point. In some textbooks they have given it to the L and A. In some books they have given L and F. Anything is okay. I need 2 points. So the first one is supply and then A is connected to the series motor. And then 4-point starter, it is L1, L2, F and A. So the 4-point starter I can use for the compound motor. And then you can use the 4-point starter for DC shunt motor also. With some special arrangement, you can use the 4-point starter to DC shunt motor also. So these are the points. While drawing a diagram, you can understand what is meant by 2-point and 3-point and 4-point starter. Before that, you have to know which starter is suited for the types of motor. So already said it is a 2 connection field and armature need to connect. So it is I have connected the 3-point starter and then it has 2 points because my armature winding and field winding is connected together series. So I can connect the A point and then L is supply. L is nothing but supply. So So from the supply, you can connect the starter, and then the starter is followed by the motor. And then the same way here, the 4-point starter points L1, L2 and FA, and then you can use for the 4-point starter for compound motor, as well as some special arrangement, you can use the 4-point starter for DC shunt motor also. Is it clear? Is it clear? Have you all noted down which type of motor you can use for the PC motors? Any doubt in it? If it is okay, then I can move to the 3-point starter diagram. Is it clear? Please copy it. Make a note of it. Yes. I hope you are copied. I'm moving to the 3-point starter diagram, and then I will explain how it will be working and all. Please draw neatly the diagram. It will take a 1 page or half page. Please draw carefully. Yes. Have you all copied? Make it fast. Is it visible?
மேம் கீழே இருக்கிறது தெரியல மேம்.
கீழே இருக்கிறது தெரியலையா? It's connected with field winding F1 and F2. I can draw the field winding. Please see it. Erase பண்ணா உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது, அதனால நீங்க வரைஞ்சிருக்கேன். அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கங்க. இது வந்து armature A1 and A2 is nothing but the downside part I have drawn here. I have connected with the fuse, and then it is connected with the overall release coil. I think it is all visible. And then again, then here one wire will come to the S field F1 and F2, and then the next one is armature. I think it is also not visible. I think here.
Yes, ma'am.
The downside port will be supply, and then I have connected with this fuse. This is TPST switch, and then followed by field winding, and then armature winding. So other things up to this you can see it. Here it is connected to the overall release coil. I hope so. I have drawn the down parts in that side. Now is it visible? If you're done, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So we know that starter, in order to reduce the starting current and then starting torque, because torque is directly proportional to pi Ia. So if I'm controlling the starting current, you can control the starting torque also. Sir?
If you're keeping our mobile phone in a portrait, means we can able to see the full diagram.
Okay. Students?
If it is landscape, means we can't, up to some part of the diagram we can able to see. So students, you can change the mobile to portrait. So you can able to see the bottom also. Yeah, okay, ma'am, okay.
Okay. So in order to reduce the starting current and then starting torque, I have moved with the starters. So the 3-point starter is nothing but, the 3-point is L, F, A. L is nothing but line is supply, field and armature. The 3-point starter I can connect it with respect to shunt motor, because the shunt motor field winding and armature winding is connected in parallel. So in order that we have to connect the 3 points to the field as well as armature. So see, I have connected the resistance. The resistance is nothing but starting resistance, because we know that in order to reduce the starting current, I'm going to add the resistance with respect to series to the armature. So we know that I is directly proportional to 1 by R. So if I'm adding the resistance, the current will be reduced. So in order that I'm adding a starting resistance. So if you open the 3-point and 2-point starter, you can see the starting resistance. So gradually I can add the resistance 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. See this, I can add the resistance to the armature. Yes, am I correct? Because I'm going to reduce the starting current, so I have connected to the armature part. So what is the first step? If I, with the help of this handle, I can move the starter. What is that? I can move the handle to the first point and second point. What will gradually, then the resistance will be added to the armature. If I'm adding the resistance 1, it will be moved to 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, and 3 to 4, and 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. With the help of the 1 and 2 points, gradually you cannot add right away to from 1 to 6. We have to add from step by step. Then only the resistance will be added together. If you suddenly you can track from 1 to 6, there is some sparking will occur. In order to avoid that, you have to start the starter from step by step. You have to move the handle from 1 and then straight away. If you've done that, you have to move 2 and then gradually 3 and then 4 and 5 and 6. It will be added gradually, and then if you once done, what will happen? My starting current will be reduced because I have connected with respect to armature. Is it clear? So if I'm adding the resistance, what will happen? My starting current will be reduced. So the handle will have a soft iron piece, and then while moving to the 6th point, this coil, the no voltage release coil, will act as an electromagnet. It will hold to the handle. Once it will be energized, what will happen? Once it reaches the 6th position, it will be energized. It will act as an electromagnet. It will be keep on hold this handle part to this part. So it will be on position, and then this is my off position. So once it's on, it will be energized. What will mean that this NVR is nothing but no voltage release coil will be energized, will act as an electromagnet. It will be hold on this handle because it has a soft iron piece. So it will be an electromagnet, means it will be attract the soft iron piece. This is the first step while starting a starter you have to do. So what is that? If you add, what is that? You have to handle you have to move the handle from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. By step, you have to move the handle, and then once it reaches the 6th position, what will happen? This no voltage release coil will be energized, which means it will act as an electromagnet. So this will be hold on the handle part. So it will come to the on position. What is that? If I'm adding the resistance, what will happen? I'm adding with respect to armature, so the starting current will be reduced. In case, what will happen? If any sudden disconnection will be occur, there is disconnection of supply. In that time, my no voltage release coil will be de-energized. So while looking that, here, see the down part, here I am giving a supply. Once the supply is switched on, then only I can move the handle from 1 to 6. So without supply, we cannot do anything. The first step, you have to turn on the supply. After that, it will be, the overload release coil will be energized because I'm giving the connection to the overload release coil, which means this coil will be energized. After that, what will happen? I have to move the coil from 1 to 6. Then NVR also will be energized. It will be it will act as an electromagnet. What will happen? It will be hold the handle part. And then this part, when giving a supply, once it reaches the energized, and then in the shaft will be moved to this part, this coil will be attracted towards the C position. So it will be moved to this part, which means it will be hold this part, and then this handle will be hold this NVR part. So what will happen? This is the whole setup. While I'm turning on the supply, and then while moving to the handle from on to off, these two coils will be energized. So first, what will happen? It will be energized means once it will be keep on moving this side, and then once the handle will come to the on position, it will be energized. So it will be automatically come this side, and then this cord will be attracted to the C point. So it will become this, and then it will be exactly attached together. So this is the way it will be starting. So in order to reduce that, you have to add the starting resistance. With the help of the handle, the resistance will be added to the armature. If suppose there is a sudden supply, there is a disconnection of supply, if supply is off, what will happen? My NVR will be de-energized and the no voltage release coil will be de-energized. What will happen? It will be de-energized. What will happen? Think that. It will be de-energized. So at the sudden of supply, the disconnection of supply, the NVR is de-energized. What will happen? Enna pannodhu? Before that, it holds the handle part, because while moving that, only it will be energized and then it holds this soft iron piece. If it is de-energized, what will happen? What will happen? It loses the magnetic power, electromagnetic power. So this handle, it automatically comes to the off position. Is it clear? I'm repeating once again. At the time of starting, these two coils will be energized, which will act as an electromagnet. If I'm connecting a coil with respect to a winding, if I'm giving a supply, the coil is a supply kudutha appadina, what will happen? This coil will act as an electromagnet. So it will hold the magnetic power. So that time, once it started, the handle will be moved to this side, it will be energized, so it will be hold this handle part. So if the sudden change of supply or supply is disconnected, this will be de-energized. My NVR is de-energized. That time, what will happen? It loses the magnetic power, so my arm position, the handle will come to the original position. So it will act as a relay or protecting device. If there is a supply changes or voltage fluctuation or the supply power is off, that time normally the NVR will be de-energized and come to the off position. The same way, if I am giving the overload. So we know that the rated current is around 20 amps. Already told the shunt motor rated current is 20 amps. So in order that we have to give the supply load. So up to 20 amps you can load the motor. If you don't know what is the current going on, if you are keep on loading the motor, what will happen? It will reach the above 20 amps. So that time, what will happen? My overload release coil will be de-energized. So, don't know, apart from that, if you are keep on increasing, you are giving the more number of loads, that time, overload release coil will be de-energized and then it will be come to the original position, and then again what will happen? It will be come to the original position means again my NVR will be de-energized because the spring will be automatically come to the off position. So whatever happens in case of power failure or in case of overload release coil or in case of over voltage or short current, what will happen? That time my NVR and OLR, overload release coil. So OLR is nothing but overload release coil, and then NLR is nothing but no volt release coil. So in order that it will be de-energized and then it comes to the original position, which means with the help of the starter, you can prevent from faults. So it acts as a protective device to the motor. Are you agree that? Are you agree that? Have you all got my point or not? Have you all got my point or not?
Anyone tell the answer, Pa? Roll number 127, Selvakumar. Roll number 127, Selvakumar. Are you there? Are you understand what ma'am taught now? Are you understand anything?
Somebody
Ma'am is
messaging.
asking, are you understand what she taught now?
Leave it, Gautama. I will teach once again. Listen, all of you. If you know or don't know, that's the matter. I am repeating once again. Please listen carefully. I'm repeating once again. Please make a note of it, what I am saying and all. Listen once again. So this is the 3-point starter. 3 points, nothing but LFA, line, field and armature. It is used for the shunt motor because the shunt motor is connected series, both are connected in parallel. So I need to give supply to both field and armature. So that's why I have connected the 3-point starter to the, there is nothing but the shunt motor because my field winding is, armature winding is connected in parallel. So I have connected the 3-point starter to the DC shunt motor. So the first I'm giving supply. With the help of supply only the starter will be get supply. So I'm giving supply. What will happen? It will be started to energize. The overload release coil will be started to energize. After that, once I'm giving supply, I have to move the handle from 1 to 2 and then 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 and 6. You cannot go with 1 to 6. So if you done from 1 to 6 means without any delay, what will happen? There is some spark will be occurring. You have to move from 1 to 2. You have to add the resistance from step to step. So this is all the resistance. So I have to gradually increase my handle from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3 and then 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. That time my NVR will be energized. It will act as an electromagnet. So it has a soft iron piece. So the magnet will attract the iron piece. So it will be come to the on position. So it will be started. So what will happen? The both are energized. So it will catch us my handle position because the electromagnet. The same way my overall release coil will be attracted towards the C point. So again, if I'm adding the resistance to the armature, so my starting current will be reduced. In order to reduce the starting current, I'm adding the resistance with respect to armature because every time you have to control the armature only because the output will be given by the armature. So in order to that, you have to reduce the starting current and the starting torque, you have to add the resistance with series with respect to armature. That's why I'm adding the resistance towards the armature. So once it will be started, what will happen? My resistance will be added towards the armature. My starting current will be reduced. So, and then the motor is started to running. After that, in case there is a power supply failure or a sudden supply changes or over voltage occur, that time my NVR, the no voltage release coil will be de-energized. It loses the magnetic power. That time, what will happen? If it forces the handle, it will come to the off position because it doesn't act as an electromagnet. That time, the iron piece will be released. So what will happen? My on position is come automatically to the off position. In case of power failure or in case of supply voltage suppression will be occurred. That time the NVR is de-energized. The same way, if I overload the machine, I don't know what is happening to the current. I'm keep on giving load to the motor. So that time, what will happen? In case beyond the limit, I have loaded the shunt motor, that time my overall release coil will be de-energized. So automatically, what is that? It will come to the original position. If it will be moved to the original position means automatically my NVR, this will be de-energized. So the handle will come to the off position. So which means it will act as a protecting device in case of over voltage or over current or power failure. It automatically the coils will be de-energized and then comes to the off position. It will the starter not only controlling the starting current, but also it will be act as a protecting device. Whenever the fault occurs, it automatically comes to the off position. So it will be helpful to the winding of the motor. Without starter, if you are starting from the supply means there is a problem of winding will be damaged. In order to avoid that, I'm adding a starter here. So So it is acts as a protecting device whenever the problem occurs, maybe our voltage or short circuit current or power failure or there is suppression of voltage, automatically my NVR and OLR will be de-energized, which means it will be come to the off position. It will be prevent the fault in the DC motor. Is it clear? Now you say, is it clear or not? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All of you, there's somebody only talking, yes ma'am, okay ma'am and all. What about others? Simply is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but there is a one drawback in the 3-point starter. Any cases? What is the drawback of 3-point starter while seeing the diagram? Any cases? There is a problem, disadvantage in the 3-point starter. In order to avoid that, I move into the 4-point starter. Any cases? The drawback is you cannot vary the 3-point starter. You cannot use for the above rated speed. You cannot vary the speed above the 1500 RPM. Why means we know that N is directly proportional to 1 by pi. I'm writing here. We know that N is directly proportional to 1 by pi. So, in order to that, in order to increase the speed, you have to decrease the flux. Are you agree that? Are you agree that? This point, is it clear? Is it clear or not? We know that N is equal to EB by pi. Am I correct? I have taught the 3 important formula. The first one is D is directly proportional to pi A. And the second one, N is directly proportional to EB by pi. Yes? If you want to increase the speed, we have to decrease the flux. Am I correct? Am I correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if you want to reduce the flux means you have to decrease the current. Am I correct? Because if the current nala flux urvagum. So if you want to reduce the flux, you have to reduce the current also. Are you agree my point? Yes, I hope so. So if you want to reduce the flux and current, you have to reduce the field armature, field rheostat only. So think that I need above rated speed or above 1500 or 800, 1200, 1900 RPM. So I need a less amount of current. So every time you have to set the speed with help of the field rheostat. So the field rheostat will be minimum means what is that? It is connected to the NVR coil. So the NVR will be de-energized because I already said N is directly proportional to 1 by pi. If you want to increase the speed, you have to give less amount of current. So if I'm giving a less amount of current, the field is connected to the NVR. So what will happen? My NVR is de-energized because with the help of the less current, it cannot able to energize. So it will be de-energized and then it will become to the off position. So my drawback of the 3-point starter is you cannot vary the above rated speed. Is it clear? Every time you have to set the speed with help of the field rheostat. With the help of the field rheostat only you are setting the speed. The field is nothing but current. It can control the current with the help of the field rheostat only. So I'm repeating once again. My N is directly proportional to 1 by pi. In order to get the high speed, you have to give the less amount of current or less amount of flux. So that I need to adjust the field only because in field I can control the current and armature I can control the voltage. So what is that? If I'm controlling if I'm giving a less amount of current, what is that? It is connected to the NVR. So NVR, it is de-energized because with a less amount of current, it cannot be energized. So it will be de-energized. If it is de-energized means it will become, the on position will come to automatically to the off position, which means my 3-point starter, which I cannot able to run the above rated speed. In order to avoid that, I'm moving to the 4-point starter. Is it clear? Is it clear or not?
Clear, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, please note it down, the drawbacks of 3-point starter, and then what is NVR, and then what is OLR and all. And then in order to avoid that, moving to in order to overcome the drawbacks of 3-point starter, moving to the 4-point starter. The same diagram I'm going to erase and then rearrange with respect to 4-point starter, but we have to copy once again the 4-point starter. Have you all got my point? For time concern, I'm erasing the 2 points and then I have added the 4-point starter with the same diagram, but you have to draw the separate page. Okay? See why I'm moving to the 4-point starter? Why I am moving to the 4-point starter? Why I am moving to the 4-point starter? Please answer my question. Why I am moving to the 4-point starter instead of 3-point starter?
NVR வந்து de-energized.
Yes, NVR will be de-energized. Why? Why it is de-energized? Starting lende solluma, Madhyarasan. Yes. It's correct. Why NVR is de-energized? Please say that relate with the equation and then told. Relate with the equation and tell what is the drawback of 3-point starter.
Speed அதிகமான flux வந்து குறையுது மேம்.
இன்னும் வேற யாராவது ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். நான் பேசுறது புரியல உங்களுக்கு. நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்? It cannot be run 3-point starter drawback is you cannot vary the 3-point starter for above rated speed, because if you want you have to increase the speed, you have to adjust the flux and current, because N is inversely proportional to 1/pi. You have to, in order to set the speed, you have to adjust the field rheostat. Field rheostat adjust பண்ணி தான் ஸ்பீடை செட் பண்ண முடியும். ஃபீல்டு ரியோஸ்டாட் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணி தான் கரண்ட் செட் பண்ண முடியும். ஆர்மேச்சர் ரியோஸ்டாட்ல வோல்டேஜ் செட் பண்ண முடியும். அதனால தான் ஃபீல்ட் கரண்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் அண்ட் ஆர்மேச்சர் வோல்டேஜ் கண்ட்ரோல் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். ஸோ in order to get the high speed or above rated speed, you have to adjust the current value. So again I have to touch the field rheostat only. Think that it is a rheostat. So in order to get the above rated value, I need to reduce the current value. So if my current value is very less, so what will happen? My NVR will be de-energized automatically, because with the help of the current only it will be energized. So if I'm giving a less amount of current, about a 1 amp and 2 amp, what will happen? The NVR will not be de-energized. It will be de-energized because we need a more number of current. So automatically what will happen? If I'm giving a less value after the rheostat to the field winding, the NVR is automatically de-energized and then it will be come to the off position. So the disadvantage of 3-point starter is we cannot run the motor for the above rated value, above rated speed. So it is used for only the rated speed only, 1500 RPM and then below 1500 RPM. Yes? Is it clear? So in order to overcome the drawbacks of 3-point starter, the 4-point starter is introduced. So what is the drawback? The field is connected to the NVR. Yes, that is the main drawback. If I am removing the field and then I can connect to another point, I can control the, I can vary the speed with respect to above rated speed. What is that? Field வந்து இந்த NVR காயிலோட ஜாயின் பண்ணங்காட்டி தான் பிரச்சனை. அதே நான் தூக்கிட்டேன் அப்படின்னா you can vary the speed for above rated speed. So that's why I am moving to the 4-point starter. So what is that? Please, you have to redraw from the another page, but I am erasing and then I am rewriting the 4-point starter. Field winding is connected to the NVR, that is the main drawback. So I am removing the NVR with respect to field, and then you can vary the above rated speed. Have you agreed with the point what I am talking? Yes? Have you agreed my point or not? Yes. This is my 3-point starter. This is my L1. This is my F. This is my A. Sorry, this is my L1. This is my L2. Yes. What I did here? What I did here? Ma, what I did here? See the diagram and tell. Can you able to see what changes I have done in the 4-point starter? Please refer the 3-point starter diagram and then the 4-point starter, and then say what I have changed in the 4-point starter. If my voice is audible or நான் ஏதாவது டிஃப்ரெண்டான லாங்குவேஜ் நடத்துறேன்னா இது உங்களுக்கு புரியுதா? Just see, sir.
Your voice is audible and we understand, ma'am.
Okay, sir. But nobody is responding. That's why I'm asking whether it is understand or I'm talking in different manner and all. Must just see and tell what is the correction I have done in the 4-point starter. Just refer your note and say what I have did in the 4-point starter.
Ma'am, ஒரு resistor add ஆயிருக்கு ma'am.
Yes. We know that the last I have connected, the field winding is connected with to NVR. So if it is connected to the NVR, you cannot vary the above rated speed. So in order to avoid that, I have connected the field winding with respect to the stator point itself. And then I have added the NVR with respect to the additional point. So this is my L2. So if you want to add, if you want to increase the speed, what will happen? You can change the field resistance, field rheostat, because the field is connected to the resistance part only, this point only. So there is no effect on the NVR. So you can vary the 4-point starter for the above rated speed also. Have you all got my point? See the 4-point starter, the NVR coil is connected to the field winding. So that is a drawback. If you want to increase the speed, means you have to reduce the current. So in order to reduce the current, you have to adjust the field rheostat only, because the field can be controlled the current. Current change for now, you have to touch the field rheostat. As well as you have to change the voltage, means you have to vary the armature voltage control. I have told you the speed control of the shunt motor. There is 2 types. The first one is field current control and then armature voltage control. Last class, before the first class of the last session, we are doing the experiment relevant to the field current control. So if you want to control, if you want to change the current, you have to touch the field rheostat. The same way we have to control the voltage, you have to vary the armature rheostat. So in 3-point starter, in order to vary the speed, you have to decrease the current. So you have to, in case my field rheostat will be less position or less current, less amount of current, automatically the NVR will be de-energized. So we cannot vary the 3-point starter for the above rated speed. In order to overcome, I am moving to the 4-point starter. I have added the additional 1 point. This is called L2, the same LFA. In order to change the field resistance, field rheostat, I have added the additional point is L2. The NVR is connected to the high amount of resistance value, and then the field is connected to the armature. The same field and armature is connected to the starting resistance part itself. So what is that? You can vary the above rated and below rated speed with help of the 4-point starter. Is it clear? The 4-point starter you can use it for the compound motor. So normally the 4-point starter you can connect with the compound motor, long shunt, short shunt. There you can connect the 4-point starter. So some special arrangement, you can connect the 4-point starter to the DC shunt motor also. If you want to increase the speed of the shunt motor, you can use the 4-point starter also. With some special arrangement, you can connect the 4-point starter to the DC shunt motor also. Is it clear? Again, the same working principle you can apply for the 4-point starter also. The same, if I'm repeating once again. Is it clear? This part is clear? This part is clear? Have you all clear? Have you cleared my concept? If you have any doubt? Have you all understood what is L2 and then F and A and L1 and all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it clear? I think. I hope you are clear. So I'm moving to the working principle, how it will work. The same procedure you can write for the 4-point starter also. So the first step, I'm giving the supply. What will happen? My OLR is energized, and then my NVR also energized. So what will happen? My handle, you have to move from step by step. Please mind that you cannot vary from 1 to 6. If you can suddenly move from 1 to 6, there is a spark will be occur. So in order to avoid that, you have to move the handle from step by step, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. What is after that? My NVR is energized. So it will hold the handle part, and then my OLR will move to this, attract this part. It will move to this part. After that, what will happen? Once it moved by step adding to the resistance, so for the first step, the first resistance will be added to the armature, and then it will move to 2 to 3, the another resistance will be added to the armature. The same way, if you are adding together, my starting current will be reduced because I have connected with the armature. So my starting current will be reduced. After that, it will be started to running. So once if you have sudden changes of supply or sudden voltage suppression will occur, my NVR will be de-energized, and then it comes to the handle will come to the off position. The same way for overload occur, my overload risk coil will be de-energized, and then if the overload risk coil is de-energized, automatically my NVR also de-energized, and then it will come to the off position. So it will act as a protecting device for the shunt motor, compound motor. What are the motor we are connecting? It will prevent from the faults. So it will prevent the motor from the unwanted faults and then unknown faults. That's why I have connected the starter here. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? The same procedure you can write for 3-point and 4-point starter also. But only one thing, you can connect another resistance to the NVR, because in order to avoid the disadvantage of 3-point starter, I am moving to the 4-point starter. That nothing else. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Have you copied the diagram? Yes.
Wait, ma'am. Cut பண்ணிடுறோம் ma'am. Wait.
Okay, okay. But do not overwrite in the 3-point starter. Please draw the separate sheet. Then only you can know what is the thing it's changing to the 3-point with respect to 4-point. Draw neatly. So once you are finished, and then let me know, and then I can move with the 2-point starter. If you understand the concept, it is very easy. You can write your own words. Completed? It's a very important question. You can see all the answers of the question. There is a starter question available in the question paper. It's a very important topic in the module 2. Surely there is a 10 mark, 16 mark will be asked with respect to starters. Yes. Have you all copied? Have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The last one is 2-point starter. I can draw the diagram here also. Yes, this is my 2-point starter. I will explain first and then you can copy from last 2 minutes. Listen. So what is the procedure to start a DC series motor? What is the procedure to start a DC series motor? Somebody? What is the procedure to start the DC series motor? I have talking about the series motor regarding loads. This is the 4th time or 5th time in the class. Every time I keep on saying the series motor, how it will be started and all. Anybody? Anybody? Whether it should be started with load or no load. Whether it should be started with load or no load.
No load.
Yes, why? Why? See, listen. Here it is connected series with respect to armature. So now normally we know that torque is proportional to Ia squared with respect to the series motor. So normally it will take double the time of starting current. So already I told while the time of starting my back EMF is 0, the starting current amount of 550. So think that in case of series motor, 550 square means the amount of current will be very high. So the torque will be also very high. At the time of starting, my torque will be 0, so my speed will be dangerously high speed. So in order to avoid that, we have to start the DC series motor with some load. So that's why I have added the no load release coil, which means if you are run the series motor without load, the no load release coil will be automatically de-energized and then it comes to the off position. I'm repeating once again, we won't bother about the OLR because we cannot be overloaded here because already we have loaded and then you have to start the motor. So the series motor is different from the other 2 types because you have to start with load. So series motor, every time we have to start with some load in order to avoid the high speed. So what will happen if you don't know about we have to start with some load? If somebody new from the other department, you have started the series motor without load, what will happen? That time my no load release coil will be automatically de-energized and come to the off position. Which means my DC series motor, you have to start with some load. Then only the speed of the DC series motor will be less. Yes, the only one point, the no load release coil. Automatically what will happen? If I am giving supply, so you have to move from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 4 to 5. Then you have to reduce the starting current. So it will come, it is energized and then soft iron piece will be attached together and then it will be started to working. In case of power failure and then without load, you have started without load, that time my no load release coil will be de-energized and then it comes to the off position. In case of power failure, overload will not be occur because while starting itself, we have started with some load. So there is no possibility of overload. So in case of sudden change of power and then sudden depression of voltage will occur, and then if you have done with the no load condition, that time the no load release coil will be de-energized and then come to the off position. So compared to shunt and compound motor, the series motor, while starting, we have to take very carefully. So we need to check whether it should have some load or not. So every time you have to store some load. Without, if you have started with without load, what will happen? My no load release coil will be de-energized and come to the off position. So now say we know that series motor is working at a high speed. So where I am using for the DC series motor in real time application? We know that DC series motor is high speed. So where I can use the DC series motor in real time? Any guesses? You can use the DC series motor for trains, lifts, and conveyors. So there, wherever you need a high torque and then high speed, you can use the DC series motor. So probably you can use for the lifts, trains. In the modern train, we have moved to the 3-phase induction motor, but in olden days, we have used for the DC series motor only, because it is used, it will be run for the high speed application. So for lifts and conveyors, pulleys, there you can use for the DC series motor, trains and all. Is it clear? That's all about the starters, 2-point and 3-point and 4-point starter. While going to the 3-point and 4-point starter, we have to draw the overload release coil. But while coming to the 2-point starter, no need to connect the overload release coil, because we have loaded with some load. Again, you have to load it means it will be reduced only. It cannot be, what is that? If you have overload means again my speed will be very less. So no need to worry about the overload and all. So I need to think only whether it should be loaded or not, whether it be a no load or some load. So that's why I have connected the no load release coil. And then again the sudden change of power and then voltage suppression, there automatically my no voltage release coil will be de-energized and then come to the off position. Other things are same as to the 3-point starter and 4-point starter. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not?
Repeat pannalam.
Okay. Here again repeating, here the series winding, both field and armature windings connected together. So here the current will be same. So my torque is proportional to IA squared. Already I have told how I am getting the IA squared. So normally the starting torque will be double the time in terms of series motor. So again, at the time of starting, my torque will be 0, starting torque, and then what will happen? The speed will be very high in terms of the series motor, because it is connected in the both windings connected in series. You cannot control the armature. So what will happen? In order to avoid that, I have to start with some load. Is it clear? So normally, if you have done at a very dangerous speed, in order to overcome the speed, I have to start with some load. Every time while starting a DC series motor, you have to start with some load in order to avoid the high speed. So if you have done, if you don't know what is, whether it's series motor or shunt motor, you have to have loaded, you turned on the series motor without load. What will happen? That time my no load release coil will be de-energized and then come to the off position, which means it will be act as a protecting device. So depends upon our application, it will be, you can change the direction, connections of the no load release coil and overload release coil. So I have connected with this, which means without load, if I am turning on the series motor, automatically my NVR will be de-energized and come to the off position. So normally I am giving a supply, I am moving the handle from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. What will happen? Once it reaches the 6th position, it will be energized and then it will be hold the handle and then it will be started to working. Already I'm giving a load to the series motor, my speed will be less, and then while adding to the resistance, my starting current also will be reduced. So in case of a power failure and then sudden depression, voltage suppression will occur, that time my NVR will be de-energized. So once it's de-energized, what will happen? My soft ion will be moved to the, it cannot hold because it acts as a normal coil. So that time it will be moved to the off position. This is the working of the 2-point starter. Is it clear or not? The 2-point starter only you can use for the series motor only, because in series motor only the winding will be connected in series, so we need 1 point because the current will be flowing to the field as well as armature will be same. So I need 1 point to get the, you have to connect in terms of series motor. That's why I have to go with the 2-point starter. I need L and A. This is my L, this is my A. In your lab experiment, they have given the point with respect to L and A. There's nothing else. What is that? I have connected with LFA. So, in the same,
Madam,
yes, sir.
time is 12:45, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Any doubt in it? Any doubt? Any doubt? Have you all
Students are saying
understood?
no doubt, ma'am.
No doubt. Yes. Somebody asked. Record out, Rikapa?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay.